You had spring games going on all over the country. In Oxford, Lane Kiffin's team was playing basically a glorified 7-on-7. There's dunk contests. There was tug of war going on. I turned on the Ohio State spring game and watched it. It was basically a game of two-hand touch. Alabama had something more resembling an actual football game, but they were just offense versus defense the whole time. And what we watched in Athens on Saturday was something close to a real football game. Kirby Smart was trying to think of ways to make that game more real. He told us in post game, next time we put these uniforms on, it's going to be Clemson. In the second quarter, there was a 2nd and 20 play. It's an obvious passing situation. And all of a sudden, the first team defense is lined up, and they've got 6 rushers right up in the line of scrimmage. And you've got Michael Williams, you have Jordan Hall, you have Jalen Walker, you've got Damon Wilson, you've got Kristen Miller. You have all these guys like pinning their ears back against the first team offensive line and coming after Carson Beck. Like, you don't normally see that in a spring game. For ETN, the running back transfer, go back and look at that 2nd and 20 play that I just referenced when the first team defense rushes 5, and you will see him basically like step up and load his legs and pick up a free rusher in Jalen Walker in the middle of, I think, the A gap, but definitely one of the interior gaps. And, he stands up, arguably Georgia's best returning pass rusher or second best returning pass rusher in the middle of a spring game. And he's outweighed by, 40 to 50 pounds by Jalen Walker. How you do anything is how you do everything, right? You can bring in NIL, you can bring in all the changes that have happened recently in college sports, but Georgia's program is still very, very much built on competition, and that's not changing at all. It's not going anywhere. You have all these schools that are afraid of showing too much, or they don't want to put their personnel out there for people to scout before the transfer portal opens. Whatever the reason is, these spring games are kind of going away. And Georgia's basically saying, you know what? Like, we recruit top 3 classes every year. We have a shitload of depth up and down the roster, and we've got a lot of really good young players. We're going to get these guys on the field. We're going to let them go at each other, smash heads, and, we're going to try and create an environment that is as close to a game as possible.